Hey, Lurelin here. Welcome back to the Great Library of Mudora. Be advised, spoilers ahead. If you're avoiding spoilers for Breath of the Wild, now would be a great time to save this for your watch later list and pick it up when you're ready. For everyone else, let's dive in. If you've traversed deep enough into Breath of the Wild, you've most likely come across some of the mysteries we'll be discussing in this third book of Mudora. In the Hyrule of Breath of the Wild, 3 mysterious structures, named the Lomé Labyrinths, can be found scattered around. These labyrinths each contain a Sheikah monk and a Shrine of Trials, which reward the player with a piece of barbarian armor for managing to navigate through the labyrinth and gain entrance. The flavor text for these items is as follows. Armor once favored by an ancient warlike tribe from the Faron region, the war paint bolsters your fighting spirit and raises your attack power. A helmet once worn by the warriors of an ancient warlike tribe from the Faron region, wearing it draws out your inner strength and battle prowess. These leg wraps were favored by a warlike tribe from the Faron region long ago. They're adorned with traditional markings that bolster your fighting spirit to raise your attack power. As stated, the ancient people who made these garments came from Faron, far in the south of Hyrule. This is actually seen in-game, evidenced by the architectural style of the numerous ruins found predominantly within the south of Hyrule, in both the Lake and Faron regions. There are stone statues deifying a serpentine dragon, more on that to come, and great birds, along with a dragon temple built atop the Spring of Courage. There are engraved columns and shrine puzzles, like that of Palmore ruins, and various other walls, pits, and temples sharing this same style. However, it isn't just Hyrule South where these can be found. The same building style and iconography appears in both the Typhlo Ruins, a mist-covered destroyed temple site in the far north of Hyrule's Great Forest, as well as the west's dangerous Thundra Plateau, a place that was cursed with an eternal thunderstorm until Link completed its trial, located in the Midwest in Hyrule Ridge. Every location is associated with storms, winds, and green woodlands. Of course, forests and winds have been interlinked in the Zelda series since as far back as Ocarina of Time. Breath of the Wild simply continues that legacy. Fun fact, the Korok puzzles that involve arranging a metal block into a pattern of stone blocks, the likes of which appear throughout Hyrule, use the same block pattern associated with these Faron builders. And the Koroks, who are the evolved form of the Kokiri, are children of the forest, who rely on the winds to travel with their Korok leaves. The Koroks also provided the wind sages to the Wind Temple in the Wind Waker. Besides this, the ruins of this ancient tribe have a connection to the element of electricity, specifically thunder. The aforementioned decayed statues imply that the tribe worshipped dragons, and the dragon spirit of Farosh is known to lurk in the jungles of Faron, close to Lake Floria and Lake Hylia. Farosh has strong ties to electricity, as its body produces balls of condensed lightning, and all those who touch its skin, as well, are electrocuted. The dragon is also called a dragon god by the old lakeside stable hand, Shay, which sits in the jungles of Faron. So, on this map of yours, do you see dueling peaks in the north of here? Well, apparently that used to be just one mountain a really long time ago. The legends say a dragon god split that mountain in half to forge a way through, and that's how it went from 1 to 2. Recently, some are even saying that they've seen the shadow of a large creature on the surface of Lake Floria. I wonder if any of that is true. Another connection to the element of electricity is the aforementioned Thundra Plateau. In the description of several of the electricity-based weapons in Breath of the Wild, it is said that they were made with the thunder from the plateau, indicating that this ancient tribe created and wielded these weapons. An example is the description of the Thunder Spear, a magical spear that contains thunder from Thundra Plateau in its tip. Attack when the blade glows with a golden light to unleash an electrical attack. The blocks, statues, and other stone structures in this style all appear to share the same icon, that of a simple swirl, perhaps of the wind, with a little tick at the start. Here, however, is where things get interesting. This exact symbol is associated with another, more relevant people to the present in-game. The sun-bronzed, blue-eyed fisherfolk of Lurelin Village. These fishermen, who rely on the winds to sail the seas and make their hauls, and trade their goods, live in the depths of Faron, just east of that region's dense, tempestuous jungle. That jungle is again the navel of those ruins, its heart, built by the hands of these ancient barbarians. The affable anglers of Lurelin and their extended families greet travelers warmly. This demeanor matches the sultry climate of their seaside abode. If these tanned, wild folk aren't trawling the southern seas, they're traversing Hyrule by its many roads, hawking their wares far and wide. These fisherfolk make their livelihood on the seas, and rely heavily on the winds and favorable weather to make their hauls. Their homeland is famous for its periodic showers, which make the fish rise to the surface. And, as stated earlier, a nearby stable regards the stories of the serpentine lightning spirit of the Spring of Courage, Faron, being a dragon god as legend. Who would perpetuate this story? Barbarian is, quite obviously, used to refer to these ancient humans' wild ways, juxtaposed to the high-cultured, advanced civilization which dominated Hyrule those 10,000 years ago. Merriam-Webster defines barbarian as an adjective, stating two definitions, and the first is as follows: of or relating to a land, culture, or people alien and, usually, believed to be inferior to another land, culture, or people. So as you can see, the seafarers of Lurelin could easily be the descendants of these renowned, ancient warriors, who were foreign to the technologically blessed Hylians of yore. They continue to live simply, having put aside their ways of battle, and instead taken up a hard-working subsistence along the warm, southern seas. And that wraps it up for this theory. We hope you've enjoyed this video, and would love to see you again in the next book within the Great Library of Mudora. Credit goes to my editing staff, you, Tyrant King, and Yimcan64. Thank you. Special thanks to Lexi, another member on my Discord, who came to the same conclusions and helped gather data for this theory. Much obliged.